Children, so coming to the exercise part of lesson 14, air around us. Okay, the first exercise, exercise A, answer the following questions. So children, read the first question. Which is the first question written here? Yes, the first question is, write short notes on composition of air. You have to write a short note on the composition of air. Air is composed of different gases like nitrogen, bracket 78%. In the air consists of nitrogen, how much percentage? 78. Oxygen 21% and argon 1%. A small amount of nitrogen is removed by the living organisms. Plants use oxygen by the process of photosynthesis. Oxygen is an important gas in relation to animal life. So this is the short note on composition of air. Air is composed of different gases. In that, first nitrogen like nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21% and argon 1%. Full stop. A small amount of nitrogen is removed by the living organisms. They will take up oxygen. Then plants use oxygen by the process of photosynthesis. And then oxygen is an important gas in relation to animal life. They also need oxygen, isn't it? Second, write short notes on importance of air. You have to write a short note on the importance of air. What's the answer? Air is essential for organisms to live. We need air to live. The organisms do not produce energy in the absence of air. If there is no air, the living organism, they won't produce energy. So organisms cannot live without air. So we cannot live without air. So write short notes on composition of air. Air is composed of different gases like nitrogen, nitrogen 78% in brackets, oxygen 21% and argon 1%, full stop. A small amount of nitrogen is removed by the living organisms, plants use oxygen by the process of photosynthesis, full stop. Oxygen is an important gas in relation to animal life, full stop. Second, write short notes on importance of air. Air is essential for organisms to live. Organisms do not produce energy in the absence of air, full stop. So organisms cannot live without air. Yes, children, so our next question, question number 3. What are bad gases? What are the bad gases? Isn't it? Yes, answer. Carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, hydrocarbons, particulates and sulfur dioxide are some of the bad gases. So you learned already about bad gases, which are the gases that makes the air bad. The presence of bad gases, how it is happening, isn't it? Gases from vehicles, factories. So which are those gases, children? What are the bad gases? Carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, hydrocarbons, particulates and sulfur dioxide are some of the bad gases. Full stop. Now fourth one, what are the uses of air? What are the uses or how we are using the air? All living things use air. We use air in many ways, isn't it? The uses of air. A. Useful for all living things to breathe. B. Birds to fly. C. To generate electricity. D. To inflate balloons and tires. E. To breathe underwater using tanks of compressed air. So these are some uses of air. So what are the uses of air? Answer. The uses of air. A. Useful for all living things to breathe. B. Birds to fly. C. To generate electricity. D. To inflate balloons and tires. E. To breathe underwater using tanks of compressed air. Okay, children? Children, our next question. Question number 5. Yes, read the question. How air pollutants inside home. So we learned inside the home also air is getting polluted. How? Answer. Fresh paint, burning of fuels like coal and gas, heaters, stoves and ovens are some which makes the air inside the home polluted. So how are air polluted inside home? Yes, answer is fresh paint, burning of fuels like coal and gas. Then heaters, stoves and ovens are some which make the air inside the home polluted. Now next it's the question, which is the last question. Read the question. Yes, what are the properties of air? What are the properties of air? You know, air has weight, one property. How do you prove that air has weight? If we take two balloons, just take two balloons filled with air, okay, and take a stick and tie these two balloons, both the ends of the stick, and take a thread and hold the stick with these two balloons. Just one balloon you just prick with a pin. Then what happens, Yes, from that balloon air will go off. Then the straight stick will tilt one side. It will go down one side where the other balloon is. The other balloon is filled with air. So it has weight. That's why the stick gets tilt to one side, we say. Well, it has weight. That means air has weight. It shows that air has weight. Okay. Next, another one is air occupies space. Another property. Air occupies space. Fill the balloon with air. It fills up the space, isn't it? Or take a deflated football just without air. Just pump air into it. Air fills the space and it makes the football round. Means it occupies the space, or air fills up the space of the football. So air occupies space, we say. When we pump air into it, it occupies it, or it fills the space of balloon or tire. See, air is needed for burning. Suppose we light a candle. Flame is there. We are keeping the candle on a table. Now take a glass tumbler and cover it. The candle you just cover. Then what happens? The flame inside will get cut off. Why? Because it is not getting the support of oxygen to burn. Oxygen gets cut off there. When it is open, air is there, which makes the candle to light. Means that flame won't cut off because it is burning with the help of air. If we put something upon that, it gets cut off because there is no air. It is not getting the support of air. So air is needed for burning. Air exerts pressure, isn't it? You have already learned the experiment. Taking a glass with the water, then you have to hold it, and then you have to cover it with a cardboard. Then you have to turn it down. Slowly you have to take off that cardboard. That cardboard don't fall down because of the pressure exerted. Pressure. So air exerts pressure, we say. Because of the pressure acting on it, the cardboard do not fall down. Then air expands on heating and contracts on cooling. Hot air rises up. It expands on heating. Okay, because of that heat. Suppose I'll show you, tell you one example. Take a bottle filled with water, and upon the bottle lid there keep a balloon. Simply a balloon you keep, and keep that bottle inside a water that is boiling. What happens? Because of the water, hot water, air get rising up. We can see the balloon blows because of the hot air. So hot air, so air expands. When air expands on heating. If we keep that bottle with that balloon on a cool water, then again it will get shrink. Means it contracts on cooling. If there is heat, air expands. So air expands on heating and contracts on cooling. So what are the properties of air? The properties of air are air has weight. Second, B, air occupies space. C, air is needed for burning. D, air exerts pressure. E, air expands on heating and contracts on cooling. So how air pollutants inside our home? Fresh paint, burning of fuels like coal and gas, heaters, stove and ovens are some which makes the air inside the home polluted. And sixth question, what are the properties of air? The properties of air are air has weight, air occupies space, air is needed for burning, air exerts pressure, air expands on heating and contracts on cooling. Children, so our next exercise is exercise B, fill up the following blanks. In textbook it has written fill up the following blanks using the clue kit. So there is a clue kit given after the questions below. In the box 5 words are there from the clue kit, or you have to select a word from the clue kit and you have to fill in the blanks. Okay, first question. What is the most important, dash is the most important of the gases in our atmosphere? Among the clue kit, among the words in the clue kit, you have to select the correct answer. Dash is the most important of the gases in our atmosphere. Which gas it is? Yes, it is oxygen. Yeah, oxygen. O-X-Y-G-E-N. Oxygen is the most important gas in the atmosphere. Which gas it is? Oxygen, isn't it? Second, dash are emitted from vehicles like cars and trucks. Which gas is emitted from vehicles? Yes, nitrogen oxide. This is the gas that emitted from vehicles like cars and trucks. Nitrogen oxides. O-X-I-D-E-S. Nitrogen oxides. These are the gases emitted from vehicles. It's nitrogen oxides. Okay. Then third one, smoking dash can be very dangerous for health. Yes, smoking, cigarettes and tobacco. Cigarettes and tobacco, these are dangerous for health. Cigarettes, have you seen people smoking cigarettes? Yeah, it is very dangerous for their health. Even tobacco is a kind of plant, children, and we get it in the powdered form and people will chew it. Okay, the mouth or teeth becomes red in color. It's so dangerous for the health actually. So smoking dash can be very dangerous for health. Smoking, cigarettes, C-I-G-R, cigarettes, C-I-G-A-R-E-T-T-E-S, cigarettes, and tobacco, T-O-B-A-C-C-O, tobacco. So smoking, cigarettes and tobacco can be very dangerous for health. Fourth, nitrogen dash percentage, oxygen dash percentage in our atmosphere. The percentage level of nitrogen and oxygen is, yes, 78 and 21. 78% of oxygen, nitrogen and oxygen is 21%. Dash is essential for organisms to live. The last question, fill in the blanks, fifth one. Yes, air is essential for the organisms to live. Isn't it, children? So let us read the fill up the following blanks. Okay. First question is, dash is the most important of the gases in our atmosphere. Oxygen is the most important gas in the atmosphere. Oxygen. Next, second, dash are emitted from vehicles like cars and trucks. Yes, nitrogen oxides. This is the answer. Nitrogen oxides are emitted from vehicles like cars and trucks. Third, smoking dash can be very dangerous for health. Smoking, cigarettes and tobacco can be very dangerous for health. Fourth one, nitrogen dash percentage, oxygen dash percentage in our atmosphere. Nitrogen is 78% and oxygen is 21%. Fifth one, air dash is essential for organisms to live. Air is essential for the organisms to live. Okay, children? Yes, children, our next exercise is exercise C. Write yes or no for the following statements. So, given are a few statements. Children, read the statements and check whether the given statement is right or wrong. If the statement is right or if it is correct, write yes in the brackets given there. If the statement is wrong or if it is not correct, write no in the brackets given. Okay, so the first statement, let us read. Children, read the first statement. Yes, the first one. Plants need air to make their own food. Do plants need air to make the food? Yes or no? The statement is right or not? The statement is correct. So we have to write yes. Yes, plants need air to make food. Then second, birds do not use the air to fly. Birds do not use air. They need air to fly, isn't it? So the given statement is wrong. So write no. Now third one, indoor air pollution is usually very low. Indoor air pollution is very low. Inside the home air pollution is low. Pollution is there but it is low. Correct only. So answer is yes. YES. Now fourth one, sulfur dioxide has color. Actually we learned that sulfur dioxide has no color. So the statement is wrong. So the answer is no and no. Now the last statement, a small amount of nitrogen is removed by living organisms. Is it true? Yes, small amount of nitrogen they have taken, isn't it? Removed by living organism. So the answer is yes. 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 So first one, plants need air to make their own food. Yes. Second, birds do not use the air to fly. No. Third one, indoor air pollution is usually very low. It is correct. So yes. Fourth one, sulfur dioxide has color. It's a wrong statement. So answer is no. Fifth one, a small amount of nitrogen is removed by living organism. Yes. Okay, children? Children, our next question or next exercise, exercise D, write the names of gases released by vehicles and factories. You have to write the names of those gases that released from vehicles and factories. So we already learned about the gases, bad gases, how the atmosphere is getting bad because of which gases and all. These gases are released from vehicles and factories. So which are the gases from vehicles, children? Yes, one, carbon monoxide. Second, nitrogen oxide. These are the gases emitted from vehicles like car and trucks and other vehicles. Then hydrocarbons. Then particulates. Isn't it? Hydrocarbons, hydrogen and carbon is a chief component of petroleum. Then when petroleum burns, this will release. Then particulates, some soot or dust or fumes we say. Black smoke or black substance, or we say it's a kind of smoke. So these are the gases from vehicles. So what about gases from factories? Yes, nitrogen oxide from power stations which generate electricity, and even sulfur dioxide also. These are when we burn like heat, by burning heat, while we use coal for cooking and all, heaters, stoves, etc. It also produces smoke, isn't it? So gases from factories are nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. So which are the gases from vehicles, children? Carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, hydrocarbons, particulates. And gases from factories are nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide. So these are the names of gases released from vehicles and factories. Okay, children? Children, our next question, exercise E. Prove the presence of air with an experiment and write your observation. Okay. You have to prove the presence of air with an experiment. You have to prove. Children, we already learned about that experiment. It is there in your textbook, page number 110, 110, experiment 1. Just read that experiment, children. Water glass trick. Okay. Fill a cup 1/3 with water. Cover the entire mouth with an index card. Holding the card in place, takes the cup to the sink and turn it upside down. Remove your hand from underneath. Olia, see, because the water inside the cup is lighter than the air outside, the card is held in place by about 15 pounds of force from the air pushing up, while the force of water pushing down is only about 1 pound of force. So this experiment already we learned, isn't it? So just copy this experiment water glass trick for this question. Okay, children, this proves that the presence of air. Okay, children, our next exercise is exercise F. Use the letters below to fill in the blanks for the air word family. So below they have given some words related to air, or we can say air word family. All words ends with air, and here they have given a box with some letters. So choose the correct letter and fill in the blanks. Beside the blanks, pictures are given. So images, you have to see the pictures, you see, then you select the word and you write here. Okay, so what is the first image given? The first image given is, yes, steps, or we can say stairs, isn't it? Stairs, stair. So the letter from the box we have to choose is S-T, the last one, isn't it? S-T. So S-T-A-I-R, stair. Now see the second image. Which is the second image here, children? Second image is, yes, image of a chair. You have to choose the first letter given in the box. What is that? C-H. C-H. C-H-A-I-R, chair. Now coming to the third image. Which is the third image given? Yes, it's a hair. So choose the second letter from the box, H, isn't it? So H-A-I-R, hair. Now what about the last image? What is the last image given here? Yes, we can see two cards, or we say it as pair because it's two. So pair. So pair of cards. So pair. So choose the letter third letter given here, P. So P-A-I-R, pair. Okay, so the first one is stair, S-T-A-I-R. Second is chair, C-H-A-I-R. Third is hair, H-A-I-R. And fourth is pair, P-A-I-R. Children, so next is project work. So let's see what is there for the project work in the textbook. Find out what happens to a balloon when the air inside it heats up. Okay? What you will need, things you needed are empty bottle, balloon, pot of hot water, not boiling. Instructions: stretch the balloon over the mouth of the empty bottle. Put the bottle in the pot of hot water. Let it stand for a few minutes and watch what happens. Can you do this experiment at home? Just you take an empty bottle. You want one balloon also and a pot of hot water. Now what you have to do is stretch the balloon over the mouth of the empty bottle. You have taken an empty bottle. Upon that you stretch it and you keep that balloon upon the mouth of the bottle. Then put the bottle in the pot of hot water. Okay, so hot water is there here. This is hot. Okay, then you have to keep that empty bottle with balloon inside this hot water. Then see what happens. After a few minutes, what you will observe, children? Try to do this experiment at home, isn't it? You can see, because this air here it rises up, or we say because it is hot water, air rises up, and what happens? It makes the balloon to blow. It makes the balloon to blow. So you can see this when you do this experiment. Air molecules or air particles inside the balloon increases, and when air pressure goes up and balloon expands. We can see the balloon expanding, okay, and flies off. So just try this experiment at home. Second is color the pictures. Children, see a picture is given in the textbook. See the picture and color it. So you like coloring very much, children. So beautifully you color it with different color, using different color pencils. You can color that picture. Okay, children. Yes, you can see what is the picture actually. Parachute. 2 persons are there in that, isn't it? They are flying, isn't it? Yes. So color the picture. Like a hot air balloon or parachute, we say. So color the picture nicely, children. Now next is life skills. Life skills, the skill you need in everyday life. Okay, effects of air pollution. So already we learned about air pollution. What makes air get polluted? Why the air is getting dirty? So what are the effects of that? If the air is getting polluted, what happens for the human beings or the living organisms in the earth? First one, respiratory and heart problems. If we breathe that dirty air, or if the air is getting polluted, if we are living in that kind of air, what happens in the polluted air? We get heart problem. Respiratory means related to lungs. Lungs, with the help of lungs, is an internal organ. With the help of lungs we are breathing, isn't it? So lungs get infected, or we get heart problem because of air pollution. Second, global warming. You know, global warming means the rise in temperature. Because of the temperature rising, the earth's surface gets heated up. We experience more heat. That is also another problem. It is not good for the earth. Then, and also the living organism. And acid rain, that already we know. Because of the bad gases emitting from vehicles, factories like nitrogen oxide and all, because of these bad gases in the air, this air and bad gases get mixed up and it causes acid rain. Effect is very harmful, isn't it? Yes, we get disease, we get many health problems. Then effect on wildlife. Animals also suffer. The place they live, it is getting affected because of this air pollution. Forests are home for animals, isn't it? If there is no trees and all, they won't be able to live properly. If trees are there more, then they absorb this some kind of air like carbon dioxide. They absorb it and they release oxygen. We get fresh air, isn't it? So we need to plant more trees to prevent this pollution and all. That's one of the method to prevent pollution, we say. Okay, so wildlife gets affected, animals get affected, birds get affected. Depletion of ozone layer. So ozone layer, you know, it is a layer that protects us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Ultraviolet, you see, no, UV rays we say. Ultraviolet is a harmful ray, or ultraviolet rays are harmful rays of the sun. That heat, the human beings, we won't be able to tolerate that. Actually, there is a layer in the atmosphere which protects us from those harmful rays of the sun. Those harmful rays are ultraviolet rays. If it happens to fall on the earth, our skin get damaged and we get skin cancer. So ozone layer is protecting us actually. Now because of this air pollution, what is happening? The ozone layer is getting thin. Depletion means that layer is getting thin, very thin. If that layer is getting thin, then that ozone layer won't be able to absorb the heat, these harmful rays. Then what happens? It will come directly to earth. So we have to prevent ultraviolet rays to reaching earth. Actually, thanks to ozone layer, it is protecting. But because of air pollution, the ozone layer is getting thin. So there also problem is happening. If the ozone layer is getting thin, UV rays or ultraviolet rays or those harmful rays will reach the earth, and the living beings or the people, birds, animals, plants, everything gets problem to live in the earth. We won't able to live. So these are the effects of air pollution. We get many respiratory disease, lungs problem, heart problem, eye problem, body problem, global warming, temperature increases, acid rain, wildlife gets affected, ozone layer gets thin, and ultraviolet rays called harmful rays of the sun will reach the earth, and it will destroy us. We won't be able to bear the rays of the sun. Those rays are very harmful, children. So we have to prevent this to happen, isn't it? Means this air pollution, we have to avoid air pollution. We have to see some steps to reduce this air pollution at least. One method, we have to we can plant more trees. Okay, we can plant more trees is one of the children, you can do that. These are some methods are there. Try to find out the methods to reduce the air pollution. Okay. Okay, children, thank you.